Wow, that was fun. I forgot how fun it is. Man, preseason can be lonely in an empty Diddle Arena. And, obviously we were on the road this weekend, and I forgot how special Diddle Arena can be. And what a great, great turnout tonight. That's the thing I'm most appreciative for, is the atmosphere that this community and our marching band and everybody put in front of us tonight, and it made for a really fun atmosphere for our players. And so I'm excited for that. I'm excited that we took a step forward. We were able to play everybody, work on a lot of things, and we're a better team now than we were 2 hours ago, and that's important. Questions?
First game of the season at home in Diddle. Last week coming off the date invitational up there, go to one great start to the season. Now you went here. What you learned today that you can use into this?
Well, I didn't really learn anything. I confirmed a few things. I've been saying that this is one of the more complete teams that we've had here in a long time. And, the last couple years, there were a lot of nights where we had to lean real heavily on this one right here and Lauren Matthews to carry a big, big load. And there'll certainly be those nights again this year for her, but we're just a much deeper, much more complete team. Everybody we ran out there was making plays tonight, and that's the kind of team that I thought we were and confirmed. You take Gabby Y, one of our freshman middles, is playing really well, but Izzy Vanderweely, our other middle, who we had no idea how long it would take her to catch up to college volleyball, but even in her short stint had 2 quick blocks and blocking is going to be important for this team. And we just got a lot of ways that we can score, and it was good to see that happening tonight.
Paige, can you just kind of compare the environment tonight with
I kept grabbing my teammates and being like, it's so loud in here, it's so crazy in here, this is so cool. And I forgot how it Diddle's like when it's normally like spring where it's quiet, but the difference between here and Dayton is it's definitely home. It feels better, but it's so loud. And even Dayton's a quiet, like a small gym, but Diddle's always different. Always feels better.
And it was a little cooler in there than it was
Oh my
in
gosh,
Dayton
yeah.
as well. So.
Forgot about that. Yeah.
Paige, this will be your guys' 4th match in 5 days, and then you guys go into another tournament.
Yeah.
How do you get the team ready just as far as mentally, running down that mental fatigue and mental toughness as you go into this tournament too?
Yeah, we're working on flushing every set and being prepared to play the next game and being resilient with that. Going to practice tomorrow, definitely going to be, hey, we got to get work done. We got to stay focused. We got to get better every day. And so just talking to everyone about that.
Yeah, that's you think about when you're playing this many matches in this amount of time that it's fatiguing, but the other arm of that is it doesn't leave you much time to train and get better. And every time we play, we learn things about ourselves and we get exposed in certain ways, and we need the training. And so we'll have 2 practices essentially this week. We had one yesterday, we'll have one tomorrow, we'll hit the road on Thursday. And so we've got to value them. And I know, leaders like Paige understand that, and we'll make sure that message gets across before the coach walks in the gym tomorrow.
Do you feel like you guys played fairly steady throughout, or did early and kind of level?
Yeah, no, I thought we played. One of the hardest things to do in this game is when you're like running players in and out, when you're changing lineups a lot, it's hard to have any kind of rhythm. Because, usually the lineup kind of stays where it is and you get this flow, and if I play beside Paige every day, I know what ball she's going to take. She knows what I'm going to take. And when you start running kids in and out, very often it really chops up the game and you lose your rhythm. I actually was very, very pleased with the way our team stayed locked in throughout. I think, we had one little stretch there in that 3rd set where I think we had about a 4-point lead, and we kind of let them close that gap really quick to get it to 9-all. But I think our team allowed me to work on things. Early on, we went away from the things that we've been doing well. It almost felt like a spring match to me in certain ways. We went away from some of the things we were doing well and started working on things that we might need this weekend or the following weekend. And it's just a rare opportunity to be able to do that, and our team gave me that chance by jumping out to those early leads.
You lost 5 seniors, but you also gained 4 new players. How has that adjustment been for you?
It's different. It's definitely different. We lost some really, really special kids that were a huge part of a lot of wins around here. But it's been interesting to watch how quickly this team is connected with one another. This is not, we haven't had to do a ton of team building with this team. The new ones that came in are great kids. The culture in our returning players is really strong, and so they know the message that needs to be sent. And and I think it's just a great combination. It's been a really easy team for me to deal with and coach so far, and it's one of the reasons why I think they have a chance to be really good.
You guys are looking at the same scenario this Friday that you faced last. What might you have learned from that experience in Dayton that you can apply this one? The second match of this one, you're going to be facing Penn State.
That's right, but it will be in the air-conditioned comfort of Rec Hall.
Yep.
And that will help. I'm not a big excuse person, but that inevitably, I mean, that was a factor. Last, it just was. No, in that Dayton tournament, in the heat we were playing in, no team that was playing their second match of the day won in the entire tournament. And so it was it just zapped the energy out of you to play there. And so, with it being a better climate, up at Rec Hall, we know the challenge is going to be great, but this team's built for this stuff. We don't cut a lot of corners around here. You hear it pop up about 5 times a year. One of our players will say it because we talk about it all the time. The harder it gets, the more I like our chances. And no doubt, I mean, this schedule doesn't set up great for us up there. We play, I think, Colgate on Friday morning, and then Penn State Friday evening, and it's Penn State's first match of the tournament. And so that's a challenge, but I worry more about these than I worry about the Penn States. I promise you, kids like her will be ready to play against a team like Penn State because of the respect level that they garner when you walk in the gym.
Maybe I'm probably asking this at the end of the season, but now you're the vet of the team.
Yeah.
What's it comparing this team to years past? What's been the start of the season?
It's been a little different. It's weird being like the oldest, but definitely how young we are and how much we've bonded. We've just taken our step and our competitive level and really bonded as a team and just grown. And that's really been like what we've been doing. Even Travis says we have to take this and we have to grow from it. We can't take it for granted at all. So definitely growing. Yeah.
Every day.
Yes.
Every day.
So.
Perhaps you're looking at the stat sheet there, anything jumping out at you?
Yes, only 7 attack errors. I said pregame when I was in here doing our chalk talk that, we were uncharacteristically high in errors this past weekend. We've been one of the top offensive teams in the country year in, year out in terms of efficiency. And last weekend we had, in the Dayton match alone, we had 27 hitting errors, and that's like 2 matches worth for us. And so to look down and see that in a 3-set match, we only had 7 hitting errors makes me very happy. That's the thing that jumps off. And then just the balance. I mean, everybody up and down the lineup played their role and did a good job tonight. And so it's certainly one to build on. And looking forward to learning and watching film and getting back in the gym tomorrow and trying to correct a few things before we take on another tremendously difficult challenge this weekend.
You also had 13 service aces,
Mm-hmm.
one of the highest of the season so far. Getting that pressure from the service line, how does that help?
It's critical. Listen, we're probably not going to be as good offensively. Like, you don't lose a Lauren Matthews who leads the entire country in hitting and expect to be better offensively. And so we're not going to be quite as good offensively this year. It doesn't mean we're not going to be really good offensively, but we know we must make it up on the defensive side. And defense is about aggressive serving, blocking, and then floor defense. And we've tried to improve every phase of those. And serving is going to be critical for our team because blocking is going to come along a little slower because we have 2 freshman middle hitters. Logan Gravengood had a really good night tonight blocking, but you replace 2 seniors with 2 freshmen, and it's going to take a while. And then I think our floor defense has taken a huge step this year with, my staff has done a great job. Craig Berry and Jenna Otek have done a great job with us in terms of floor defense, and we're a noticeably different team in that regard.
You mentioned that you have a few new faces, so at this point in the season, are you still experimenting with lineups?
For sure. Yeah, we're still trying to figure out who can do what, but it's more of a situation of it's not this kid is struggling, we need to replace her. It's what can this kid do that one maybe does, what are her strengths this kid's weaknesses, and can we balance those out? Those two freshman middles, it's a perfect example. Gabby is a much better offensive player right now, but Izzy Vanderwheely's the best blocker we have in our gym, and there's going to be nights when we can't get people stopped that we're going to have to use her in that regard. And so, and then we've got two kids in Paige Briggs and Kaylee Cox that we're blessed to have that just impact the game in every way. They can pass, they can play defense, they can serve, they can block, they can hit. They need 2 scholarships because they just impact us in so many ways, and both of them. And that is so important when you're trying to piece things in around them. Those two are kind of the central part of this deal, and we're just trying to fill gaps around them. And it's been a lot of fun. It's a good group.
Anything else?
Awesome. Thank you guys. Appreciate it.